Hey everyone, nerfs just got announced. I just woke up, so I'm going to be reacting to them live. I've seen one of them. I was sleeping in. I kept just checking online, seeing are they live? They're live. So we're going to be going in. I'm going to be telling you what I think about them, and I might like them and I might not like them. Here we go. Reno Lone Ranger, old 8 mana, new 9 mana, but it's your deck started with no duplicates. So this card just got made unplayable in a ridiculous amount of decks, but it's actually buffed in Highlander decks. So it goes up to 9 mana. So it now cannot be countered by plagues or anything. It is always going to be available in a Highlander deck. So it's very different language than it has been in the past. But it's good, is much more limiting things like Highlander Demon Hunter. You're not going to be able to do so. No more. You have to truly be a Highlander deck now. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but I know this change alone is enough to destroy Wheel Warlock, and I know they're going to do something else. So I'm already grieving my wheel. All right. Next, they have the Zilix 3000. It's making it stealth, elusive, poisonous, and reborn. I feel like the stealth, the elusive kind of doesn't feel like it makes sense with the stealth. This card was just pretty much hyper uninteractive when it was seeing play. So they wanted to make it elusive. I would maybe go further and make it cost less mana potentially, or have it more attack. I think without the stealth, this one will be unplayable. But I kind of understand why they're doing that. Next, we got Gaslight Keeper to 4 mana. I don't know. This surprises me. All right, well, they're deleting a rogue deck that isn't good. I'm just looking at this. Okay. Anyways, next we've got Snake Oil up to 1 mana. Okay, the snake. This is going to be making Rainbow Mage worse. It's going to be making Shaman worse. But it's still just as good for the decks that actually choose Snake Oil, except it's harder to use it as a counter spell. This is the first change that I really like. I think, having it cost mana is totally reasonable. But it's still, it's kind of this useless thing that's holding clutter in your hand. It could be a downside type. It's more of an interesting card. It has more of a trade-off. Where at 0 mana, it just had no trade-off. So I like this change a lot. So Wheel of Death, no text change. Wheel counts at the start of your turns at the end, instead of the end of your turn. So I think this is an actual 5 turns. With this, oh, chat, I'm already grieving. This is without Reno is already terrible. And then I'm seeing the Forge of Willis up to a 4 mana. I mean, this card, it's just not gonna make it. You have to play this on 3, and you have to play your giant on 4. Well, I knew they would delete Warlock, but yeah, it's gone. Well, anyways, let's go. This is now 4/4. The Warlock is gone. The Zimmery Dragon. If you summon 8 dragons, that is a lot of dragons, chat. Okay, 8 dragons once per turn. Okay, they're really changing things. Okay. Well, that's gonna be hard to use. So yeah, chat. I'm still sad over the wielded. I'm still sad. I'm like, anyways, let's go. We got Threads to 2. Everyone knew this was gonna happen. This guy to 4 is kind of interesting, but with more stats, so harder to combo. So the Sanitize to 6 mana. Trial to 7. Boom Boss. So Boom Boss. TT can't blow up other TNT. All right, so it looks like you can't blow up other TNTs. So I don't know what this changes much. Okay, Flash of Lightning to 3 mana, Crash of Thunder to 6. So they're making Nature Shaman worse. Jungle Gym, 2 durability. And then we're down to wild cards. So, bottom line is, so I'm gonna go what decks got really hurt over here. So we got for the decks that got really hurt that are kind of in the meta. 1 second. So we've got, so if I look at the decks that got really hurt, Spell Token, Demon Hunter, barely hurt. Zamory Priest, really hurt. Pain Warlock, barely hurt. Wheel Warlock, dead. Rainbow Death Knight, it's hurt. Sludge Warlock, barely hurt. Nature Shaman, pretty hurt. Ziliax Rogue, not playable. So Highlander Warrior, hurt but might still be okay, like still has lots of strong stuff. So I don't know, it's I mean, it looks like Pain Warlock is going to be insane, to be honest. But yeah, Wheel, it's making me cry. So anyways, now we're gonna skip the wild stuff and we're gonna go over to the buffs. So next one is manufacturing error. Draw 3 decks cards. If your deck has no minions, they cost 3 less. At 6, this was just too terrible and unplayable. Sunset Valley to 9 mana. This is an interesting buff because it also makes the brand the Tendril decks completely unplayable, which is kind of sad. So I mean, I feel like this is more of a buff than a nerf. Next we got this. I think I like this card, and I like this card going to 5, so that seems kind of cool. Next, all right, this card going 5 mana, 2/5 taunts. This card was so bad previously. You know what? I'd like it to see it at 4 mana. You know, I guess at 5, but like it was just so bad at the previous list. So I'm glad about this change. Zook getting buffed, I kind of like, because it's just been unplayable without a Nuvicon. So we'll see if that comes back. Chia Drake, more stats, seems reasonable. Hagatha, I'm not sure about this one, but I like this card, so I like, you know, it kind of makes sense to draw spells on 4 and then play them on 5. Aftershocks, okay. Aftershocks went back to 4 mana. Okay, this is surprising. Okay, I guess now that they're nerfing Shaman and Warrior, they want this to be back. But this card was so good. But I think now they're thinking, well, now that you can't cycle to a Highlander deck, they're okay with this being at 4 mana. That's an interesting choice. Bot Face, as it takes to get 2 random minis, is now a 4/12. You know, this card's still going to be bad, probably. Just big clunky stats just aren't good enough. So now this is a 7/7 dealing 7. I like that it's better. It's still probably unplayable. Shoplifter Goldbeard, now at 5 mana. After you summon a pirate, summon a copy of it. Okay, so this is probably still unplayable. Wait, Crystal Cove. The next minion you summon is turn stats is set to 5/5. I didn't even remember this was a card. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure what to do with that. Summon 2 copies of demons in your deck. Ooh, probably terrible. More terrible stuff, but maybe you can make some sort of slow value shenanigans. Fly up the shelves. All right, this card was, I like this change. Allows you maybe to play a control dragon deck. This is now 2 mana, which kind of makes sense. So, and then it was just to make it less. But you did lose stats, so it's not an objective buff. And then we have a treasure distributor. So it is old. After you summon a pirate, give it 1 attack. Ooh, this one gets buffed. That makes sense. Okay, so it can get buffed, and your pirate can get buffed, and you can hit him in the face for a bunch. That's kind of interesting. So and certain decks from Whizbang have been deleted. So anyways, what do I overall think? Some decks, Warlock, I'm very sad, got just completely, Wheel Warlock got completely deleted. It got 3 nerfs. It's completely unplayable. You know, just the Reno alone was probably enough. And then this is actually the biggest one. Forge of Willis being gone, you're just not going to have the stats. So the way it's designed now, so you'd have to have a completely different design with a completely different kind of meta. Plagues didn't get hit at all, but Plagues no longer block Highlander, so it's kind of a different ball game. But yeah, so Nature Shaman got hit pretty hard. Zimri Priest got hit pretty hard. You know, Hunter might just aggro is going to be probably really strong, but aggro always gets adjusted for. So you know, a lot of different things can happen. So overall, I like a lot of the changes. I am sad about Warlock. Warlock gets this time in the sun, and then it gets deleted. This is like a tale as old as time. So Warlock is going to be pretty terrible now. But so I'm not like, I don't know how I feel about the changes. Overall, I think they have some good ideas. I think they have some ideas that are just kind of slashing it up. Like every card in Warlock is unplayable if you crafted that deck. So sorry for everyone I got to craft wheel, but I'm going to be on the ladder today, so we're going to be trying things out. So I hope to see you guys there.